Mazz's Tiers.
Traditional tiers, NFL Power Rankings via Mazz, come to you in this week's edition of Mazz's Tiers, which are brought to you by the Bernardi Automotive Group. Because when it comes to auto dealers, the Bernardi Auto Group always finishes first, top tier. With Mazz, that's because they sell and service Acura, Audi, Honda, Nissan, Toyota, and Volvo. Bernardi for now, Bernardi for life. Find them now at BernardiAutoGroup.com. Take it away, Anthony.
Okay, so I would like to introduce a new feature as part of Mazz's Tiers.
Oh, boy.
New feature.
Why are we messing with the formula?
Okay, it's not a huge wrinkle. It's a small thing.
It's like you want angry emails.
Yep.
But it is something that we've never really done before on this. I don't think we've ever done it before in this particular feature. So I just want to warn people ahead of time that for the first time ever in Mazz's Tiers, we have sub-tiers.
Oh.
Okay, we have some sub-tiers, starting with Tier 1.
Because not all tiers are created equal.
Correct. Well, there you go. You bitch about it all the time. Tier 3's too big.
I agree. Well, you just make a different tier. Why do you have to have a sub-tier? Why don't you have 5 tiers or 6 tiers?
Because sometimes there's a little asterisk involved, which is what we're going to get to in Tier 1. So let's go to Tier 1 right out of the gate. Tier 1A. 1A. The Kansas City Chiefs. Indisputable class of the league. The team to beat. 6-0. DeAndre Hopkins now on board. The Chiefs are the team to beat indisputably. I think just about everyone would agree on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
However, the Chiefs are kind of a dynasty. Will we agree? A mini one?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yep.
So in a normal year, there would be a couple of other teams right now that I would put on Tier 1. So I don't want to completely ignore them. And that's why we created Tier 1B.
You could also just have tier 2, but be that as it may.
But they're better than the teams in Tier 2.
Then put those teams in Team 3.
Okay, so
Why is this so complicated, Murray?
So this is the Tier 1B. The Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. I think both of the Baltimore's won 5 in a row after the first couple of games. One of their losses was at Kansas City. The Ravens look like they're for real. And the Lions took down the Vikings last week. Detroit, again, looks like a real threat to win its first Super Bowl championship. Those, to me, are the 3 best teams in football.
I got no beef with these. These are good tiers thus far.
I just think they're needlessly complicated.
Well, think of how much he loves gadgets and whatnot, and like
always
tinkering
layers and tinkering, yeah, totally.
This is him tinkering with the tiers. Tinking tiers.
Tier 2. Tier 2. Good teams, not great teams. Houston Texans. Buffalo Bills. New addition. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh,
now, we'll see how this plays out. I admit this was a bit of an aggressive jump for the Steelers. They're now 5-2. The Steelers are. Ooh. And if Russell Wilson can give them any semblance of an average NFL passing attack, which is all they need. I don't know if Pittsburgh can win the division because I think the Ravens are better, but keep an eye on the Steelers. Minnesota's been there all year. Green Bay now ascending. Packers continuing to play well. That was the Texans they beat last week, correct? Okay, good win there. The Commanders, despite the injury to Jaden Daniels, 5-2, one of the real surprises of the league. If Daniels comes back, I think they stay there. If he doesn't, then I think they're really more of a Tier 3 team, but worth keeping an eye on. And the Philadelphia Eagles. Strong win last week. Admittedly, it was over the Giants, but they only allowed 6 points. And I still think Philly's got a high ceiling. If they put it together, that can be a very, very good team.
Philly still Tier 2.
Still Tier 2.
Murray?
I don't really have much of a beef with these. I can, as much as I hate the Steelers and those 5 wins have mostly been against trash. They're 5-2, so fine. I can accept it.
And the reason why
very big of you, Murray.
The reason why Philly's in Tier 2, because I don't have a lot of confidence in Philly, but I do think they're better than the teams in Tier 3.
A lot of talent.
So, exactly. There's more talent there. Their ceiling is higher, which brings me to Tier 3. So, let's go to Tier 3.
Okay.
I had to push myself to include the Indianapolis Colts on this level, but I did because they're 4-3. I don't really believe in the Colts, but right now they have a winning record. So it is what it is. Denver, same sort of deal. They have an elite defense. I think it's terrific. I would say the same of the Chargers. The Bengals.
What's the Chargers record?
They're also
3-3.
No, aren't they 4-3?
No.
Or they're 3-3. I still think the Chargers are. They kind of get screwed at the end of the game. It's last week.
Mazz's
this Jim
obsession
Harbaugh
with
thing.
Harbaugh.
You've got to get over this.
It's so biased.
I think they're respectable. At worst, they're an average team.
They've won one in their last 4 games.
Swing from Harbaugh's jockstrap.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I bet you they finish the year with a winning record, and as usual, you guys will be wrong.
That team sucks.
Cincinnati Bengals have won 3 straight. They're coming back. They have a big game this week, the Bengals do. So that's the Ravens, I believe. Keep an eye on that one. The Bears, again, one of the surprises of the league. Seahawks with a good win last week. Atlanta, Tampa Bay, San Francisco 49ers, who actually, are they 3-4? I think the Niners are. I can't, in good conscience, drop them to tier 4. There's too much talent there.
That's tier bias is what that is.
Yep.
But they lose again. They're headed there. So just keep an eye on the Niners because they have been, they're falling apart at the seams. A lot of injuries, a lot of issues. They are at the bottom of tier 3. I didn't divide every tier into an A and a B.
Tier 3
before you start bitching.
Tier 3 is like a bloated tick. There's too much in there.
Yep. Do your job. Separate those teams out.
Yeah, where are the sub-tiers of tier 3?
There are no sub-tiers of tier 3.
There should be.
There should be.
There were only, so you want me to give you 10 total tiers next week?
Just more
A
delineation.
second ago, you were bitching about the sub-tiers. Now you want more
It's
of
the
them?
highest. I want 1B to be tier 2.
No, it's usually how it works on this show. You say one thing and 10 minutes later you say something
Well,
else.
now that you've broken the seal, I mean, what the hell? We may as well have more sub-tiers in these other tiers.
More delineation.
Yeah, no. A second ago, you wanted less sub-tiers. Now
However
want
you
more
do,
of them.
however you do it, just do your job.
When we get to tier 5, you're going to want fewer sub-tiers again. Tier 4, let's go to tier 4.
So this is sort of suck.
Yeah.
No, this is bad teams.
Okay.
Not wretched teams, but bad teams. Miami Dolphins, although, again, keep an eye on them. Tua comes back this week with Miami and Tua at quarterback. The track record is good. That could easily head in the other direction. The Jets, not quite tier 5, but bad team. Dallas, maybe the most disappointing team in football. I am a little surprised the Rams are this bad. The Rams finished last season pretty strong. I thought they were going to be better this year to start the season. They've reverted. And the Arizona Cardinals, I'm sorry, the Arizona Cardinals suck.
Who just beat
That's
the
a
Chargers.
suck organization. That's a crap organization. You lose to that team, it's more about you than it is to them.
Like the Chargers.
They had a bad week, Murray. That's all it was.
Very good. The Rams are ravaged by injury. That's why they're as low as they are.
Tough week for Harbaugh. He's human.
5 teams in tier 4.
Correct.
How many were in tier 3?
Like 17.
You had half the league.
Oh, God, would you shut up? It was 9. Now, I will say, tier 5, we've split into sub-tiers.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, more sub-tiers.
Good. This one I might be willing to accept.
There are actually more teams in tier 5 than tier 4 if you add them all together. And there are almost as many teams in tier 5 as tier 3. 8 in total. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. 5A.
5A. Hold on, let me get my pen.
These are the dregs. These are the dregs of the NFL this year. But the top half is a little less dreggier, if that's even a word. I hope it's not. Even a little uglier than the bottom part of the tier. Cleveland Browns, Jacksonville Jaguars, Raiders, Saints, Giants. But the sludge of the sludge, the dog crap on the bottom of your shoe,
The real pigs.
the real pigs, Murray, of the NFL. Tier 5B for the first time in tiers history. New England, Carolina, Tennessee. One of those teams will have the number 1 pick in the draft when all is said and done. And in all probability, there's a good chance they will be 1, 2, 3 in the draft in some order. That is where your New England Patriots are right now.
If it were English soccer, relegation.
Yes, absolutely.
That's where you are.
It has been that bad.
Okay, thus concludes Mazz's Tiers.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.